The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, everybody. AW Air Order. Hope you're all joining us Tuesday, November 14th. This evening on Tuesday, November 14th. Maybe it's still the afternoon where you are. Maybe it's the next day if you're on the other side of the world. Perhaps it's the next day. Perhaps it's the 15th where you are. Welcome to my show. Welcome to the show, AW. I'm thank you all for coming here. Well, and whoever future comes in to watch, please, if you're new here, if you're checking out my channel for the first time, please subscribe. Also, make sure to like this channel. Smash the like button down below. Okay? We would appreciate it. Definitely helps out a lot if you smash the like button down below. And share this out with your friends, family, colleagues, and share this out on all possible social media platforms, whether X, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use to communicate on the internet, on the social web with. Please let them know about this channel if they're interested in pop culture related, like subjects, just movies, video games, TV shows, comic books, whatever. We do reviews here. We talk about topics. We talk about news. We talk about all different kind of things here. Marvel, DC, non-Marvel DC stuff. We talk about Star Wars. We'll talk about Star Wars. We'll talk about anything pop culture wise. We'll talk about. And if that interests you, subscribe and like. So, let's get on to the subject at hand. DC, well, James Gunn DC and Pierre Safran's DC. As you know, it's almost been almost a year since the announcement of their plan. At the end of January will be a year of the announcement of Chapter 1, God of Monsters. That's when they announced their part of the chapter, part of all the upcoming projects they have in store. As you know, we got Superman Legacy, Batman Brave and Bold. We got the Lanterns, the Green Lantern movies, Paradise Lost. That's the prequel to Wonder Woman. Swamp Thing, Authority, Creature Commandos. We're going to get Peacemaker, we're going to get Waller, and other subjects. And also, don't forget, he did mention that there's other announcements he plans to make in the future. That was just part of what he could announce. So, yeah. And as you know, Superman is going to film very soon. Legacy tomorrow. We got our Superman, we got our Lois Lane, and you get a bunch of side characters, such as Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl. Is it Hawk Girl? Hawk Girl, right? We got a bunch of side characters. No villain yet. But I'm pretty sure there's a villain. I'm pretty sure he has a villain. There's a villain's McCash. It just haven't been officially announced to the public yet. We know Batman Brave and Bold is happening. We just know Andy Muschietti is on to direct and they potentially have a writer. We just know that. We know Creature Commandos is pretty much done with, right? We know Creature Commandos is going to come out next year. It's going to be the first James Gunn DC project. It's going to be released first as a TV show, not the first movie, right? You know that. Also, we know Peacemaker Season 2 is going to happen, probably 2025, 2026. And we know Waller's happening, right? Okay. But we also know Supergirl. Yes, as you know, I did not mention Supergirl is having her own film. Supergirl. Clark Kent, Kal-El's cousin, Kira, right? Supergirl. is having her own movie called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now it's been reported today that Supergirl, the movie, has a writer attached to the film, writer is signed on to write the screenplay for the film. And we're going to pull it up. DC Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow starts to take flight, finding a screenwriter. So they found a screenwriter. Oh, Crypto, yes, we know. Yeah, he did say Crypto was going to be in it. So yeah, thank you. But he's a dog. Does that count? Can animals go on strike? Okay. Screenwriter Anna Noguera, I hope I said her last name right, Noguera, is getting a second chance to Supergirl. As he said, the key two words are second chance. And why did this say second chance? Well, we're going to continue reading on why she's giving a second chance. Development on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is starting to take off. With DC Studios project landing as screenwriters. Okay. IGN has confirmed, and James Gunn has also confirmed. That this is fact true, that she is the writer for the film, and they are looking for a director. But let's go read this. IGN has confirmed that the actress and playwright Anna Noguera will write the screenplay for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, part of James Gunn and Peter Safran's first phase of the revamped DCU. The Hollywood Reporter first broke the news on Tuesday. Today. Instantly, is a bit of a second chance. See, second chance. Noguera, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Noguera was originally hired by Warner Bros. To write a Supergirl film that would be a spin-off from this past summer's Flash. After the Flash disappointed majority of the box office, however, those plans were scrapped. Still, Gunn and Safran reportedly like her work on the script that's bringing her back to helm Woman of Tomorrow. So, he said, her previous script was supposed to be. So what I'm reading here, her previous script was supposed to be based off a spinoff of the Flash. So my guess is the Kira we got, the Supergirl we got in the Flash by Sasha Calle. Was originally to have a spin-off film. We're supposed to have a film of her. Oh, the original plan was a film of her own. And she wrote the script for that, possibly, right? She wrote the script for that. And probably based on the success of the Flash, they probably maybe would have gone with that. I don't know. But probably the original plan before was to have Sasha Calle's Supergirl have a film of her own. A side film of her own. Obviously, that's not the case. With kind of a reboot, right? We know a reboot with James Gunn and Safran on board. But I think they did like her work. They saw her original script. Like Degrassi Sasha Rogers' original script with Sasha Calle's Supergirl, and they probably looked at it and you know what? Just maybe we can use some of this, but if to change some things to fit the Supergirl we're getting in her universe. The more traditional Supergirl that we're all used to, the blonde teenager lookalike Supergirl that's technically older than Superman, right? You know Supergirl is older than Clark. It's older than Kal-El. Okay? So they give me a second. Yes, The Flash did not do well at the box office. I personally think The Flash is a fine movie. I don't think the writing was I really don't think the writing was bad in the film. I just think there's some writing problems in the film. I don't think it was overall all that bad, the writing. I don't think writing the script personally was an issue with that film. Whatever, but she didn't write on the script for that film, but she was writing a spin-off for that Supergirl. So it gave me interest. They probably liked some of the stuff she had in the original script and be like, you know what? We can use this some of the stuff in our universe with our vision, what we have in store, right? Because they probably saw what the original projects. They probably saw what the original projects are and be like, you know what, we don't have to scrap everything and start right at the beginning. There's some stuff, you know what, we could that could work in our universe. That, you know what, we could add to our universe. And it's clearly that they like her writing and they're giving it a chance. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this. I only see him confirming this though. I've only seen him confirming the Sasha Cali, not Sasha Cali, Anna Nagura for the Supergirl. I always seen that. And as you guys know, Superman is going to come out still on July 11th, right? July 11th, 2025. So this is a step. It's a step. I think the next step, I'm sure they have a directors in mind who they want to helm, who they want to direct this film. And and guys, it's going to be a female director. It's going to be a female director. I think it's obvious it's going to be they're going to get a female director. Okay? To direct this film. You got a female writer, you're going to get a female director to direct this film. It's quite obvious it's going to be a female director. They probably would like to get Greta Gerwig. Obviously, it's probably top of the list. Obviously, right now, she hit it with. Yeah, that was pretty much like, yeah, the Green Lantern series. That pretty much was all like close to happening. Yeah, close to happening. And then they kind of like, you know what? We're gonna change the series. We're gonna change it into our vision. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be here, but obviously it should be top of my list after the success of Barbie. But there's gonna be a lot of studios piling up the dough for her. But she is going to do Narnia. I'm kind of excited for her Narnia, Netflix Narnia, because she's a really, really good director, and I have trust in her helming the Narnia series. Doing the Narnia for Netflix. I really, really hope. I mean, I actually the original Narnia, the first two movies. I like the first two Narnia movies. I like the first two movies of Narnia. Now I heard the rumors of Sarah Polley, fellow Canadian, Sarah Polley. Okay, she'd be definitely up to the list. But it's definitely the thing with James Gunn. This is the difference between DC and Marvel when it comes to directing their movies. DC is going for very acclaimed, accomplished directors, where Marvel goes for directors that have, a very small filmography. Some directors, they've started to get the big directors of Sam Raimi and others, but they usually go for directors that have like one or two films under the belt, where DC is going after directors that have a long filmography. Elizabeth Banks, no question about, not a bad choice either. See, like if you look at everything the DC is going after directing the movies, right? James Gunn should be Superman, right? Matthew Vaughn is pretty much confirmed doing Authority. Okay. Andy Muschietti is doing Batman Brave and the Bold. Ava DuVernay, Brave and the Bold. Yeah, they might be giving a second chance to her because of the New Gods. She was supposed to do New Gods, and that's not happening, right? So they're giving So DC is going for really accomplished directors that have a larger resume than most Marvel directors. They really want to make DC feel special. And yes, Marvel is special, but DC, they really want to reestablish the DC universe in a positive way for fans. So James Gunn and Safran are clearly going after directors that have a very long filmography and a good filmography. I mean, Marvel's gone some after a few directors, but mostly they go after directors where they have kind of control over, right? Right? I don't think James Gunn's doing that. Okay? And look, this has always been a DC thing, though. This has always been a Warner Brothers thing most of the time, even before James Gunn. Let's look at the movies before James Gunn take over in DC. BVS, Man of Steel Man after Zack Snyder. Okay, Zack Snyder. Then he got Joss Whedon. Yeah, his cut was bad, but Joss Whedon was very accomplished. Okay. James Wan. Hey, George. James Wan, very accomplished. Right? Patty Jenkins. Well, Patty Jenkins didn't have a long movie resume, but she had a very good TV resume. But she had one pretty great acclaimed movie. Monster Ball. Not Monster Ball. It's not Monster Ball. Caught. Oh, shit. The Charlie Theron movie. Okay. And Shazam, I don't know much about. Blue Beetle, I don't know much about. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, Birds of Prey, I don't know much about Kathy Yen. But DC has been more. Deborah Chow, yeah. Okay. You know, good suggestions, Degrassi. But DC has been going after, even before Safran and Gunn took over, more accomplished directors. And look, and Walter Hamada, a very successful executive producer, right? One of the top executive producers in the industry, right? Obviously, right? That's not Kevin Feige or Kathleen Kennedy or others. One of the most successful executive producers. Who's not with DC anymore, right? It's not with DC anymore. But that's the difference between DC and Marvel. Oh, I'm gonna invite people on. I just haven't invited people on, but I'm just gonna have to say my piece. Now, before I invite people on, all good suggestions: Deborah Chow, Ava DuVernay, Elizabeth Banks, Sarah Polley. I know it won't be Greta Gerwig because she'll be busy with Narnia, but I'm gonna say it here first, and I think Degrassi kind of agrees with me. I think they do a Barbie 2, and I'll say this: I think Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling will only do a Barbie 2 if Greta Gerwig is back for that film. So I don't expect Barbie 2. I don't expect Barbie 2 to come out like in 2 or 3 years, maybe to 4 or 5 years. But if Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie come out for Barbie 2, which I think is going to happen, I'm telling you, Barbie 2 is going to happen. I think won't be Chloe's either, but I think it will be. I think they'll only come back if Greta Gerwig does Barbie 2, and I think Barbie 2 is happening. I think Degrassi agrees with me. I think me and Degrassi say this privately. I think, yeah, George, a friend of ours has gone crazy. Yeah, remember Degrassi? A lot of people in our community, like, oh, you don't need to do a Barbie 2. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna do a Barbie 2. Remember Degrassi? I was one of the first few back. I don't know, back in maybe May or April. I said Barbie is gonna do $1 billion. Barbie's gonna do $1 billion, and this guy was right. Right? I was right. Okay. Now, before I'm gonna, I'll invite people in about 2 to 5 minutes. Okay. Now, I can see Supergirl and Superman leading to. I can see this leading to Brainiac as a villain. As you know, there's an animated movie with Supergirl and Superman taking on Brainiac. Now I know a lot of people say Brainiac could be a Justice League villain. Not all the time. Brainiac could be just a Superman or just a Superman lore kind of villain. Involved just a Superman kind of characters with Supergirl involved. Because you could do the whole Krypton thing with Brainiac. So I can seeing that lead into Brainiac. So I don't think Brainiac's gonna be the first villain okay. I think we'll see Brainiac in the DCU, but I think I think James Gunn has a better yeah, that's true, Degrassi. I think James Gunn probably. I don't know. I don't read minds. Obviously, I'm not a mind reader, but I think James Gunn has a plan for Brainiac, the Brainiac Queen, or whatever. Yeah. See, like, Yeah, so I think it's gonna lead to Brainiac. Okay. I'm gonna invite people on. So I'm sending a link right now. Now, is Greta gonna direct both Narnia movies back to back? Is that the plan for Netflix? Sorry, I'm just typing something. More than 2 years between Barbie movies. Miss all the audience goodwill. I'll miss all that. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't wait to see Aslan. Aslan. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so they're giving this this writer, a second chance. Good on James Gunn. Now, like I'll just say, I saw something really stupid. The grass shooters were talking about. I think I might have put it in the group I'm with George and Blinded in maybe yesterday. Superman Legacy being scrapped, being shelved, and me and Degrassi kind of just laughed at it as a joke. Laughed at it. I'm like, why would Warner Brothers scrap Superman Legacy? Why? If that's the case, if they ever did that, James is gonna be like, I want out. I want out. Warner Brothers. I want out. I'll get my agent, get my lawyers to be like, I'll try to find a way out from Warner Brothers.
Zaslav would be screwed.
Yeah. Oh, he'd be the most hated man in Hollywood.
Yo, listen, here's the thing. I heard apparently the reason why they're kind of backtracking and letting them sell the thing is because apparently filmmakers are refusing to do meetings now.
Oh, wow.
I mean, here's the thing. I was talking about this with one of my friends at work, and we were talking about the Batgirl situation and also the Scooby-Doo holiday movie situation, because we were talking about this guy, the Wile E. Coyote thing. And I was saying, regardless of how good or bad these movies are, I think they should be allowed to see the light of day. It's like with Batgirl, if you just rework it and just make it a sequel to the Keaton films, just take away the DC Extended Universe stuff, maybe you can bill it as like a legacy sequel to Batman and Batman Returns and make a good box office thing. Like the thing is, just writing these films off or selling them, it's screwy, because I think no matter how bad or good something turns out, and look, I heard what the rumored story was. The story actually sounded pretty decent for Batgirl. If it was true from what I heard, I'm not going to get into the details, but I kind of like the story that they gave. And my friend was saying, look, I would rather have seen Batgirl than The Flash. So it's like, and the thing is with the Scooby-Doo holiday thing, I know Scoob was not the best Scooby-Doo movie. I personally prefer the live action ones that Gunn wrote, but still, like you still should have given it a chance. And like you're now this whole thing with the Wile E. Coyote thing. It's like the Looney Tunes helped make Warner Brothers great years ago. Like the mascot, you know how there's always a cartoon mascot for a company, for Nickelodeon and SpongeBob, for
Mickey
Disney,
Mouse.
For Disney, it's Mickey Mouse. For Warner Brothers, it's Bugs Bunny, who sometimes appears on the logo with Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the Looney Tunes, and the thing is, there's
I'm glad they're deciding not to scrap it altogether, but to sell it to other
But still, it's like Warner Brothers. It's like Looney Tunes is a hallmark for Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
it's like there's a level of disrespect. Here's the thing. I know we're talking about DC, but I just want those out there. Warner Brothers is so good at animation, not just shows, But movies, The Iron Giant's one of the all-time best animated movies, in my opinion.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a Warner Bros. Movie. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, same thing. The first Lego movie, great movie. They don't realize how good they have it when it comes to animation for shows and movies. And it's like they want to just scrap it. And as far as like the superhero angle goes, you need to give the keys to Gunn, because James Gunn has, in my opinion, I wouldn't say a perfect record, but a winning record, because all his projects, Marvel and DC, are good. My least favorite one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, is still a very good movie.
Yeah.
So to me, they better not mess with Superman Legacy, because this is it. And you have an opportunity at a time when Marvel's like very up and down. You know, the Marvel projects for 2025, nothing's really exciting so far until we get trailers or castings for this stuff. DC could easily win 2025 with just Superman Legacy and the Batman Part 2.
Oh, yeah, just 2 films for sure.
You can easily win it. You can easily say, hey, listen, Marvel's on the decline. We're going to learn our mistakes from the DCEU. Look what we got. We got Superman. We got a balanced tone movie, which is what I think people want. It's the thing is, I think what people want for Superman isn't too campy, but not too dark. They want a balanced tone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like Superman, the animated series, was such a balanced tone for an animated show. It had its light moments, but it also had its dark moments.
Yes, you're right.
Cartoon.
You're right. There was the police detective died in that film.
Yeah, remember there was like there was an episode where Lois Lane went in its alternate universe where she died, and Superman worked with Lex Luthor and kind of became the dark, edgy Superman.
Yeah.
So it's like the show is not afraid. That show is not afraid to be dark.
No, it's not. It's yeah. It's just a balance. Like Superman needs a balance. The problem with Man of Steel was there was no balance. There was no balance. Oh, Coyote versus Acne. Yeah. Oh my God. How are you, by the way? I know you hurt yourself the other day.
Oh my goodness! Yesterday, so I was laying down. I'm ready to get up and take a shower. My leg just burst into pain, and like my calf. Oh my! I was just like, I screamed so loud. I'm surprised my mom didn't hear me. I literally had to bite my blanket, and I was like, ah! I was like, should I know some people are gonna come into work late tomorrow due to certain things, and like we might be shorthanded, but it's like I gotta like pull through and get to work because, oh my gosh, yeah, no, like my knee's still, the pain's kind of gone to my knee, but like my calf feels fine.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm feeling better. It's like it's not bad where I had to miss work, but but the pain just feels like more than it really was.
I'm glad. What did you do exactly? Pull muscle?
I think I pulled a muscle. I don't know if I was just stretching too much, but it's just, oh my, I was like, good Lord, put me out of my misery. Like, got my leg off. Like,
you want Amazon to pick up the Grassy. I want Netflix. Yeah, so I was saying that Supergirl has a new writer, a writer for the film. She originally will spin.
Who's writing it? I didn't hear that part.
Anna Nagara.
What's she known for?
Good question. I have to check her filmography. Good question.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, because again, I feel like whoever's the writer, in my opinion, plays just as big of a role as the director, because I look at the writer for the Legend of Zelda movie, and if your best 2 movies are the first Jurassic World and Pokemon Detective Pikachu, then yikes.
She did. She wrote small stuff.
Small stuff, okay.
No, I think this is her first writing movie. The other stuff she was an actress in.
Okay, that's an interesting choice, but
yeah,
I mean, at the same time, I feel like here's the thing. What's kind of, even though like Andy Muschietti is still directing Brave and the Bold. The writer that he got for the movie, I think, reassured me that they're taking this thing really seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm looking at the team Gunn's play. Gunn, like, it's not like Gunn's just finding like, you know, people to take a chance on, or have only done like one or two things. He's looking at people who have the experience, whether it's a writer or director. And look, here's the thing. I know people are mixed on the Flash movie, but here's the thing. Andy Muschietti, in my opinion, got the Batman stuff right.
Yeah.
So to me, you know, the Batman stuff you got right. He probably would have been better off just directing a Batman movie than directing a full-on, like, a Flash movie with also Supergirl and Superman villains in Flash. So I think, like, so I'm not that concerned about Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, neither am I. I'm not concerned with Andy Muschietti either. I don't think the writing was the worst part of the Flash. I think was bad about the Flash. I don't think the writing was bad about the Flash.
I mean, the story was fine. I mean, I like the story personally.
It's just that Ezra Miller, especially his other character, he was awkward as hell.
I mean, I thought Ezra Miller was fine as the original Barry. It's the second Barry
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that I just wanted to just like, you know how like he laughed like the surfer fish from SpongeBob, and like I don't know if you remember the Bubble Buddy episode when like the dude the hippie fish experienced high tide.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like burying that other. It's like you want to bury that other Barry to his head and have him experience high tide.
And that Barry was dumb too. I'm sorry, that Barry acted dumb too.
I mean, this is what I kind of explained to my supervisor. I was like, perhaps this is due to the fact that he had his parents to spoil him, where the other Barry kind of had to grow up earlier, even though he's a bit of a knucklehead himself. But at least he kind of knows when to take stuff seriously. Because he experienced a serious tragic event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this writer was originally going to write a spin-off based on Sasha Calle's Supergirl, but that's not going to happen. But they're giving another chance to write for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That's the story with her. So you're giving her basically another chance. So they like what they do. They like what they saw possibly. And you know what? Some of the stuff you did for Supergirl, you know what? We think that it could work with our vision, with our Supergirl that we have planned in our universe that we're creating, that we're making with all the other characters. We think we could work with some of the stuff that you wrote for the Supergirl you originally wrote the script for. It's like,
I don't know if you heard this about the Coyote versus Acme thing. One of the congressmen in the United States is calling for a federal investigation into WB for its handling of the movie.
The hell?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's a lot more important. There's a lot more important stuff happening in the states, in the country. But you know what? Warner Brothers movies is more important than all that.
Well, here's the thing. They want to look into whether the studio violated antitrust guidelines in tax write-off plan. Oh my goodness. If you're getting people in Congress involved, holy crap, you messed up badly.
I wonder. All for a movie.
Here, I mean, you don't have to put it up, but I'll send it. I'll message it to you, just in case you want to like read it later. But oh my, yeah, the Hollywood Reporter reported it.
Oh my god. Okay, let me put it up. I got it. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. The Hollywood Reporter. Congressman slams Warner Bros. For casting Kelly versus Acme. Cost for federal investigation. Texas Representative Joaquin Castro calls for the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission to look into whether the studio violated antitrust guidelines and tax write-off plan. It's predatory and anti-competitive. Okay. Okay. Let's see more. Okay. Texas Representative Joaquin Castro took to X to blast the studio for his original plan to shelve the movie for a tax break. The WBD, Warner Bros. Discovery tactic of scrapping fully made films for tax breaks is predatory and anti-competitive. The fact the Senate Democrat wrote, okay. As the Justice Department and the FTC revised their antitrust guidelines, they should review this conduct, as someone remarked. It's like burning down a building for insurance money.
Oof.
Whoa.
Hey, San Antonio. What does Charles Barkley always say? They got some big old women down in San Antonio.
Warner has since reversed its selection amid industry backlash and decided to try and shop the film to other studios and streamers. But the studio previously went through with shelving the movies Batgirl and Scoob. Holiday hunt for a tax write-off last year. Castro has been vocal on antitrust issues in media and entertainment. In April, he called on the competition enforcers to reassess Discovery's merger with AT&T Morris Media. This followed 30 members of Congress warning that the resulting competition vacuum would harm workers and consumers, as well as reduce diverse programming, which became a common criticism after the company canned its $90 million HBO Max film Batgirl, the first DC movie led by a Latina, for the tax write-off. This guy's not. Wow. Okay. In a letter to the Justice Department, Castro previously wrote that the deal enabled Warner Bros. Discovery to adopt a potentially anti-competitive practice, including product cancellation. This guy must be a huge movie fan. It's like he must be like the biggest movie buff there is.
Yo, a lot of people in Congress, they into movies. I mean, listen, you need something to get out from dealing with the stress of some of these morons.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna watch some Looney Tunes to calm down after the stupid thing the former guys tweeted about.
Maybe watch movies. Maybe watching movies is how they get their ideas in their head.
Maybe the former guy watched American Psycho too much.
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Oh my. Yo, I gotta say something. My mom finally watched American Psycho earlier this summer, and she was like, "What the hell was that movie?" Because I was always like saying, "Yo, I love American Psycho," even though like the stuff in that movie is so weird. And she probably like wondered. I'm like, I watch it as a dark comedy because like some stuff is just so bizarre, I can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
You know what? I should do, if I ever review American Psycho on my channel, I should do a monologue similar to Patrick Bateman and be like, "My name is the George. I'm 27 years old. I have a balanced diet and vigorous movie watching routine."
You sound like a psychopath.
I know. My supervisor's going to be like, "Should I put you on probation for this?"
Is it demonic? Well, yeah, so we are. It looks like that we're getting. There's still people can accept that James Gunn is not getting fired.
The thing is, he's been in this position for a year.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it's been a year since he's been announced that him and Safran is the new head of DC Studios. It's been a year, right? And it's almost a year since he announced the slate.
And it's gonna be almost a year since he announced Slate. It's almost gonna be a year since he basically said Henry Cavill's not returning.
Oh yeah, I remember. That's the funniest thing. I remember that after Black Adam, he announced he's back as Superman, and like a month later, it's like, no, you're not.
Oof. Yeah, sorry.
Look at that. Oh. Oh my god. That was kind of funny. Remember, I did a stream on Max's channel once that came out that Henry Cavill is not Superman anymore.
Oh,
And Cavill confirmed himself.
I remember. I don't know. I remember we were talking about this, and I almost started taking my shirt off on Max's stream because we were gonna head to the showers before Max's real stream was coming on.
Because I think Max was away. When that news broke, and I thought it was big news to tell. And then, no, it wasn't that. It was The Witcher. No, it was Witcher. Remember, it was The Witcher when he was leaving The Witcher.
Oh yeah, that's
go
right.
Back to Superman, right? I did a Witcher video, him leaving The Witcher for season 4. It's gonna be a new actor for season 4, right? And I said we all assume he's going back to being Superman, right? And then like a month or a week later, he's not coming back to Superman either. He's left both contracts. He's going to Warhammer and Highlander now. Hermie Cranball. That's funny, Degrassi. Yeah, Degrassi. I was looking at your Twitter, right? I'm like, who posts about Monday's box office? How much of Monday box office the Marvels made yesterday? Like seriously, George. Like people want the Marvels to fail so bad, they had to post the Marvels box office domestically from yesterday.
The thing is, people are just they obsess over the dumbest stuff.
Yeah. Like, why do people want movies to? I understand there's a certain group of people that want movies to fail so bad, but
well, I mean, it's the Phantom Menace. They want certain stuff to fail so bad. The Snyder Bros. They want anything that's not Zack Snyder.
Like, how do you feel if somebody said they want your your thing to fail so bad? Stuff that you worked on so hard to fail so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't definitely not want. Yo, it's crazy how people wanted Barbie to fail so bad when in my opinion, Barbie was one of the most entertaining movies I've seen in a while. You want a movie about a doll to fail?
Yeah. Like there's people reveling in the pain of the Marvels not doing so well. They're like, oh yes, I knew it. This movie was going to make so much money. I knew this movie is terrible.
But here's the thing. There's also people that wanted DC movies to fail so bad, whether it was because certain people were in it and stuff. And it's the thing is, I just want to go watch a movie and hopefully I enjoy the movie and just have a good time. I mean, there's gonna be people who are gonna want Hunger Games to fail just because of Rachel Zegler.
Oh yeah, and Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler back-to-back weeks.
And it's I don't want Hunger Games to fail. I love the book that the movie's based on. I love the Hunger Games movies. I love the first two. I want to go back and revisit my teenage years and watch a Hunger Games movie because those were the movies of my teenage years.
Yeah.
It's the thing is for me, I just want to enjoy something.
George, you know what the worst thing is? People want teams to tank, right? Oh, this team's just tanked. This team's not good. They should tank for first overall pick, second overall pick. But you think the players want to tank?
No.
In that team? You think the coach wants to tank?
Yo, Kobe Bryant was pissed off when the Lakers were losing his last couple of years. I thought he was gonna burn down the building and lock him up like William Wallace did in Braveheart.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to grass. Yeah, you're right. You're right, George. You're right.
It's the thing is. The thing is, if something succeeds,
leave, go, make it, Degrassi.
Go watch Hunger Games. Listen, in my opinion, I got Hunger Games. I enjoy Hunger Games more than the MCU at times. Listen, the first two Hunger Games movies are great movies. I don't care what anyone says. Catching Fire to me is it's like the book equivalent to Empire Strikes Back.
You don't have to listen to me. So
Go watch
Grassy, if you
Hunger
got,
Games. Support Hunger Games because I want more Hunger Games movies.
what is Hunger Games on track to make? Do you know?
I have no idea. I think it's gonna probably do better than the Marvels. I think like Hunger Games still has a fan base. People don't realize that. Even though
Yeah.
it's been 8 years since the last movie.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm just
Okay,
gonna say
Degrassi.
this. If Mockingjay had just been one movie instead of 2 parts, that one movie would have been great because look, outside of the fact that they dragged certain stuff out in those last 2 movies, the movies were still well acted and well made and had great action. They just had
Mhm.
to drag stuff out to get a 2 hour runtime for each movie to justify splitting it in 2 parts. If they just left it alone and just made it one movie, it would have probably been a great movie.
Has Henry Cavill filmed one thing since he left The Witcher
No, I
besides
have no idea.
Daredevil?
And I ain't gotten any idea.
That's crazy, man. Like now that yeah, I'm here positive buzz to Degrassi. Now, like the Marvels, Marvels did not get a good cinema score. B. That's
No,
not
B
good.
is low for a comic book movie.
And I'm not gonna name names, but despite being low, it's not. This is not gonna get Kevin Feige fired or anything like that, or the MCU is dead.
No, listen. Kevin Feige's mates they got so many billion-dollar movies
Yeah,
that like this is gonna be forgiven. Listen, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it started off slow, but it still made a lot of money. Multiverse of Madness almost made $1 billion worldwide.
well,
If anything, this is probably just gonna tell them
still,
what this is gonna drive how they gonna take seriously their movies.
it's still the biggest universe out there in Hollywood as a cinematic universe. It's still the biggest one out there.
Listen,
Well,
don't be surprised that Deadpool 3 is the second
yeah,
R-rated movie to make $1 billion worldwide. I know Oppenheimer missed out on it, like barely, like it almost made it, but just couldn't. But still, like, don't be
Joker's the
surprised
first
if it's
one.
yeah, Joker was the first one. Don't be surprised if this is like the second to do it or becomes the third highest grossing R-rated movie behind Oppenheimer. Here's the thing: it's gonna make more money than the first 2 Deadpool movies, which broke box office records originally for R-rated movies before Joker and Oppenheimer came along.
Yeah,
Like that set the precedent that hey, R-rated movies can be very profitable.
we sure
I mean,
can.
listen, when you got Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, and look, apparently other cast members are rumored to be returning.
Yeah. There's others. I know there's others. There's others. Of course, there's others. We know that.
And listen, I still think the movie might be better off getting delayed into November. Well, whether it stays in July or November, I think it's going to make a lot of money regardless of what month it comes out.
I don't think it should come out in November. I don't think it should compete with the Joker.
Oh yeah, I forgot Joker comes out around that time.
Yeah,
I think that's why they're keeping that July release day.
yeah, because that movie was it's like that movie is really among the people was pretty acclaimed among the not just Batman fans but others. Like they're not just into comic books. Deadpool is gonna struggle with that.
The thing is, I'm just wondering, does like because
Joker's
I know
not
Joker,
a Batman film, you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
like a Batman film.
like
or
'cause
comic book
I know Joker was a huge surprise when it came out. But the thing is like it's gonna be 5 years since the first Joker came out.
Yeah,
I just wonder, is it gonna have the same intrigue that the first film had?
yeah. Like
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I mean, I'm
Wow.
still gonna see it
how's Lady
'Cause
Gaga?
I do like-
It's Harley Quinn.
because I like the first Joker, and I know Lady Gaga's in it, and I like Lady Gaga. But still, I just wonder. You know, actually, I might have the same intrigue because 2024 is also an election season, so people are probably wondering, hey, let's watch a clown show since we got a clown show of an election.
Oh.
Listen, people gonna need some kind of escape in that last month before we pick the next president. And listen, I'm that might be the last movie I see in America because I might join you in Canada.
Oh, you know what?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
There's a very good chance of that happening. Like there's a new.
But again, like that's a good point. I think maybe Deadpool's better off just coming out at the end of July because also it's gonna have all of August to like
Jubilee.
make a ton of money.
Jubilee was in not the reboot, but the 2000. No, she wasn't in 2011. She was in Apocalypse, right? Jubilee.
Yeah, Apocalypse. Yeah, the prequel, new timeline series. I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
I will say, I'm kind of glad that they're going back to the original cast and not the new cast. Nothing against the new cast. I love First Class and Days of Future Past. And look, I know I was just gushing over Hunger Games, and
but Iceman.
That worked. I mean, look, I love Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss, but as Mystique, she just phoned it in.
No.
Bring her back, and it's like,
where's Iceman, Degrassi? Obviously, not gonna bring back Kitty Pryde because she's a man now. She's a male. She's a.
Oh my. Oh my goodness!
Because the actress is not.
Yeah. That's true. That's right.
I mean, look, Jennifer Lawrence. I'll say this: Rebecca Stamos is Mystique. She was.
I loved her as Mystique. I loved her.
But the thing is, Jennifer. I'm gonna be fair. Jennifer Lawrence, even when she's not acting, she's still a better actress than Rebecca Stamos.
Oh yeah, but Rebecca was a better Mystique. Well, here's the thing. She started off very well as Mystique in X-Men First Class, but then it's like I think I don't know. They kind of turned Mystique into mutant Katniss.
Yes, they did.
It's just like I felt like I was just watching Katniss if Katniss was a mutant.
If they want to make this anime, have Vogue steal Captain Marvel's powers.
Oh man, that you know what? That could be an intriguing plot for the third Captain Marvel that we're probably not going to get until 2029.
If Brie Larson is still Captain Marvel by then.
Yeah, she still wants to be Captain Marvel by then. You know what? Listen, I liked her in the Marvels. I don't care what anyone says. I liked her in the Marvels.
You know what? She was fine in the Marvels. Like those three were not the problem.
They got to keep her on.
Captain
Listen, if the Chuds scare off Brie Larson, I'm gonna go on a protest. Queen Brie, we support our queen.
Just bring back Psylocke just because she was hot. That's it. I mean, I'll say this: Olivia Munn's Psylocke was hot. I'm saying that right now. She was hot.
Yeah, and she just like all she did was just stand there with a skull on her face,
and she looked cool. Yeah, but she was hot though. She was hot looking. Right?
She was hot, but it was like a waste of a character.
Yeah, it's true. She didn't even come back for the sequel.
I didn't even see Dark Phoenix. I knew she wasn't gonna be in it.
Like, she was just a waste of a character in Apocalypse too. I'm like, oh, I mean, that movie is bad overall. Apocalypse is bad. It's really, really bad.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I was enjoying Apocalypse, but then it was just like, what's going on here?
That's true. I don't know if we're gonna do that. We'll see, right? We'll see, Degrassi. Maybe. Remember, Degrassi. Not everything in the MCU is gonna happen, and everything that happens in the comics happens in the MCU. We gotta remember that. But it's possible. Charles Xavier, yeah. Well, it's funny though. It's funny.
I'm very curious. Like,
where's Nightcrawler? What about Nightcrawler? Where the hell has he been? Like,
oh my! You know what? I felt like Nightcrawler after X-Men United, he kind of became forgotten.
Look, you know what's funny? It was two different Nightcrawlers. Like Adam Cummings' Nightcrawler was like had an accent and was like in a church and stuff. But the Nightcrawler in he appeared in Apocalypse, right? This is his first appearance in Apocalypse, right? It was so different.
He was in that movie.
He wasn't even related to like him. He was not even related to Mystique in the movies. Like they're not even mother and son because in the comics are mother and son, right?
Yeah.
And And Zazel, right? Zazel was in the future's past. No, not the future, but First Class, right? Who was working with Sebastian Shaw, whatever. Zazel, that's the father of Nightcrawler. They had a relationship. He had a relationship with Mystique. That's from the comics, and they had Nightcrawler. But they didn't explore an X-Men, like, because he knows in Days of Future Past, like Emma Frost, Zazel were like all dead or something, captured or dead. And Emma Frost is bad. Like, the actress who played Emma Frost is terrible. Maybe Degrassi. The thing is,
I'm curious in this like universe, because I don't think this is like, I don't know if this is in the main X-Men universe that we know. What if like in like this universe, like there's a Spider-Man played by either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, the thing is, Degrassi, you gotta remember the X-Men animated universe, like you're explaining in Degrassi. See, like George kind of brings up a good point. Spider-Man from the anime series is that same universe.
I mean, here's the thing. I can see if they were to do this, if they're making these X-Men original the original X-Men actors alternate versions that are like the live action cartoon versions. I wouldn't be surprised if they had Tobey Maguire play like the live action 90s cartoon Spider-Man, because there's a lot of similarities between Tobey and that version.
So if X-Men 97, maybe we have a guest spot from that Spider-Man from the animated series.
I mean, like, I forget who the voice actor was. Christopher Daniel Barnes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look it up. I know he was like a Disney actor or voice actor. Oh yeah, he was Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid.
Really? Oh.
Yo, he was 17 when he voiced Prince Eric.
Really? Wow.
And then he was in his 20s when he played Spider-Man, voiced Spider-Man.
Well, he's definitely not his 20s now.
No, he's 51 now.
Because the animated
then,
the 97's getting their voices back, right? Like the original voice actors. Again, the original voice actors back.
Yo, they should get him back to voice Spider-Man if Spider-Man appears in the anime universe. He also did the voice of Spider-Man Noir in the video game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh yeah,
that was a good game. I love that game. It's like the last time Stan Lee narrated a game.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun game. My favorite level was the Deadpool stuff.
Deadpool was fun. Yeah. See, Deadpool could work in PG stuff. Like he has worked in PG stuff if you do it right with Deadpool. And I mean, that was a fun game. Is that the game? If I remember, that's the game with Mysterio, right? That's the main villain.
Yeah. Mysterio was the main villain. Mysterio had a cool suit in that game. But yeah, no, Deadpool in the in his final boss fight on the Deadpool level, Deadpool used the Shadow Clone Jutsu. I don't believe it.
Yeah, but it's not gonna. But it's not gonna be like Kelsey Grammer going forward, right? Or like them going forward. They're gonna use the original actors, and then they're probably gonna like find a younger cast who could sign on for, I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going back to the 2010s cast. I think they're done.
You know what? I would take James McAvoy, though. I would take him.
Well, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, I would take back.
Yeah. I definitely, those are the top two I would take from that. I would not take Jennifer Lawrence.
I would take Evan Peters back as Quicksilver. I mean, wait, if I could take some. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. WandaVision, oh my goodness. Remember when we thought he was good? Like, he was just taken from another universe?
Yeah.
And we were convinced that they're never going and we were convinced they're never going to bring the X-Men cast into the MCU. We've gotten 3 appearances afterwards.
They should bring
2 so far. We're going to get our 3rd one with Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm. Hugh Jackman. But you know, James Gunn's opposed to Marvel actors because they know Marvel is not DC. DC, despite how Marvel and MCU is on top of the world, DC will always be the cream of the crop. Superman will always be the cream of the crop over any Marvel character, or even Batman will be that. He'll be like 60, man. You know, Hugh Jackman's in his 50s now.
Well, it's like Hugh Jackman's in good shape in his 50s.
He is in good shape. Have you seen Halle Berry? Yeah.
Yo, Halle Berry's still hot.
But her storm wasn't exactly like I mean, like I say.
I felt like her storm could have been iconic, but she kind of got sidelined.
Yeah. The problem in the X-Men movies, like there's some characters they focus on too much, and characters they didn't focus on enough.
I love the X-Men movie. Look, I like the first X-Men movie. I love X-Men United. I love that movie. But it's like, obviously, if you look back, the main characters were probably Wolverine, Professor X, Rogue.
Yeah.
Sometimes Bobby.
There's a little bit Jean Grey.
Iceman, sometimes Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Cyclops was kind of there just to have the love triangle.
Yeah, it was just there to be. It was just there to. Cyclops was just there to be the love triangle between Wolverine and Jean Grey. That's it. Like that's it. And so,
I wouldn't even call the Clippers hot dookie. I would call them. What the hell were we thinking? I mean, seriously, they were doing good before they traded for James Harden. I know this isn't sports talk, but I'm just saying, what the hell were they thinking? They should just make a movie about the Clippers and how bad they are.
Yeah. But we know, like, look, we know Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are not going to be Professor Xavier Magneto going forward. And
well, here's the thing. Patrick Stewart said he's open to continue playing the role. We haven't even heard Ian McKellen say he was open to. Patrick Stewart.
Ian McKellen says he's taking a step back from doing a lot of acting. Didn't he say that?
He might have. I mean, I know Patrick Stewart says he's always open to playing Charles, but I mean, let's be fair. You're sitting in a chair.
I think if Warner Brothers went up to Warner Brothers and Marvel went to Ian McKellen and Marvel went to Ian McKellen and Warner's like, we want you to come back for a Gandalf film, and Marvel's like, we want you to come back to play Magneto. I think it would go for Gandalf. That's what I think.
I think Gandalf. You know, he was iconic as Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
definitely. Yeah. See, Fassbender needs this. Like Fassbender, like no disrespect to Fassbender, but he hasn't really hit it on those other stuff.
I forgot Fassbender was still in the industry.
Because Fassbender has a lot of films that are not receptively well received. He's been known to be not to pick the greatest films.
No, wasn't he in Assassin's Creed?
Oh, yep, yes. Oh yeah, man, I'm looking for this show, man. Me too. Stranger Things next year, possibly.
Yo, me and my friend were also talking about at work today how I Met Your Mother kind of created Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the character, like Neil Patrick Harris's character thought Johnny Lawrence was the real hero of Cobra Kai.
That was great. Yeah, and How I Met Your Mother. That was great.
Yo, there was a video from 2015 that said Daniel was the real bully, and Mr. Miyagi was a demon sorcerer.
They kind of played that in the show from Johnny Lawrence's side of things, from his point of view. They kind of played that up in the show.
Yeah, I love The Karate Kid. It's one of my top 20 favorite movies.
Yeah, the show's fun too. It's so cheesy. You have to be.
No, here's the thing.
It's so cheesy.
I did have high hopes for the show when it used to be a YouTube TV series or YouTube Red series.
Those kids should be a juvie in prison, all of them.
Then I saw,
They're gangsters. They're gang members.
then I saw the first episode, and I was like, "This is phenomenal."
They're basically gang members, you know. Like,
how the hell are they not in juvie?
It's basically. Oh yeah.
I mean, for goodness sakes, remember, like, Miguel got seriously injured at the end of season 2?
He did go to juvie, but remember the girl, I forget her name. She was gonna stab the daughter, and she doesn't get juvie for that.
Yeah, you should get juvie for that.
Yeah.
Yo,
and that was intentional. The thing with Miguel, that was kind of a little accidental, but that was more of intentional.
And the thing is, like, yo, the crazy thing is that girl, she plays like the girl from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the girl that Greg Heffley has a crush on.
Yeah.
And she was so nice in those movies, and in here she's like, it's like, good lord, she's like, she takes up Mean Girls up to 9,000. Vegeta, what does the scouter say about her Mean Girls rating? It's over 9,000.
He was good in The Killer. Oh, that's true. I heard it was good there.
Yo, honestly, I would love to meet Ralph Macchio one day.
All I asked for him to do in the X-Men with the MCU is give some time to characters to develop, and don't shaft them to the side like the original trilogies or the original like originally Fox did. That's all I ask. And it might do that because it might give them their own shows. Like each character might get their own show, it might their own movie, stuff like that. I don't know. They might do it with that, but that's what I'm hoping for. Because when you're doing mutants and X-Men, you're opening up a whole new can of worms in the universe.
You know what I would like to see? So you know how the Marvel opening for Deadpool, not Marvel opening for Deadpool, the MCU openings, like they always have those images from movies or clips with the Marvel logo.
Yeah.
For Deadpool 3, you should have like some random song that fits Deadpool playing and just showing Deadpool doing random stuff. And just like even include like the Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine. And Deadpool be like, hold on, Marvel Studios. X-Men Origins Wolverine's not canon in any universe. Let's establish that right now in the greater universe. Hey, Watcher, you hearing this? We're also not going to acknowledge that in another universe, Ryan Reynolds played Green Lantern.
They did not. Well, they did kind of nod that a little bit.
I want to do, baby, do.
You did kind of nod.
Yo, like seriously, like there's so listen. They have a good opportunity to do something unique with this Deadpool movie. Like differ away from the MCU formula. You got Hugh Jackman coming in there. You know, look, you got characters from the first 2 Deadpool movies being in there. I think Dopender is returning, for crying out loud.
Are you gonna see this movie Thanksgiving?
What movie Thanksgiving?
There's a movie called Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, probably not. I think I might see Napoleon around Thanksgiving.
Napoleon. Oh, yeah.
I heard that's pretty good. I might see Napoleon.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking up who's on the Deadpool 3 cast so far that's been confirmed.
Napoleon.
Let's see.
Just watch the Penguin. This Penguin has a Napoleon complex.
So, Ryan Reynolds,
I wonder how short Joaquin Phoenix will look in that film.
Okay, so Deadpool's girlfriend's gonna be in the movie. Negasonic Teenage Warhead's gonna be in the movie. That's
their Colossus is coming back. Yeah,
good. She's coming back. I still can't believe Jennifer Gardner as Elektra's gonna be in there.
They probably wanted Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck's not coming back as Daredevil.
Let's see.
That's why
the guy that voices Colossus is gonna be returning.
Mm-hmm.
Blind Owl's returning. Yes, Dopender's definitely returning.
But apparently Domino may not return.
Well, Negasonic Teenage Warhead's girlfriend Yukio's returning.
Domino's not returning, right? They said Is it Beach?
Yeah, I don't see her name. The guy that played that random dude Peter on Wilson's X-Force team is returning.
Yes.
So, yo, you got like a pretty good cast right here. Yo, they should have Dopender just drive Deadpool and Wolverine through the multiverse and be like, knock the MCU Deadpool guy. Like, well, I know T.J. Miller's not returning.
I mean, they did do time travel in X-Men. Days of Future Past, they did do time travel.
Well, I know. Well, it doesn't say Josh Brolin's returning as Cable. Could you imagine, like, Cable just in the MCU and people be like, Thanos turned into an android, and he'd be like, "What's a Thanos?" And like an angry, and like and like the Avengers just come out of nowhere, attacks him. He's like, "I'm not a Thanos."
Isn't Cable Cable is related to Jean Grey and Cyclops, right? It's his son. If I'm correct.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. But it's like, I know I don't think Cable's gonna be in the movie, but if Cable was in the movie, they imagine the jokes where it's like whenever he talks to characters, they're like, Thanos turned into an android. And it's like, I'm not an android. He's gonna Dragon Ball Z the whole place up. What's a Thanos?
Be like, we dealt with Apocalypse. Wait a minute, Moon Knight? You look like Apocalypse. Hasn't it been Moon Knight?
Shoot, baby, shoot.
Wait a minute. You look like Apocalypse. That'd be hilarious. That'd be really, really funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, I forget. You know what? So DC Supergirl Woman Tomorrow has their writer. They're gonna get a director. I don't know what else to say really on the stream. George, you have anything to say? Anything up to mind you want to talk about?
I mean, I'm excited for DC more so than Marvel at this point, but I mean, listen, I'm starting to get hyped for Deadpool 3 again now that the actor strike is over. And look, I'm not saying Kelsey Grammer is going to appear in the movie as Beast, but the X-Men returning, listen, I'm excited to see what they do. Listen, even if there's no other X-Men characters in Deadpool 3, I'm excited for this movie. Yeah, it's like, to me, like, as I said, they got a good chance to, go with the Deadpool formula in the MCU and try something different for the MCU.
I'll just say this. I'm glad Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine, but he's too good of an actor to be Wolverine over and over and over again.
But I mean, it also tells you how much how passionate he is about this character. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. It's like, he could easily just phone it in at this point, but it's like, even in a bad movie like X-Men Origins Wolverine, he's still giving it 100%.
That's the thing about the X-Men movies. They're either good or bad. There's no in between. There's no like okay or decent movie. They're either good or bad.
I'll tell you, I'll never forget the scene in X-Men Origins Wolverine when he's waking up and he's going, I was like, is he having a intercourse scene right now? Like,
well, that's it, guys. I got nothing else to say. Maybe more stuff coming up. Who knows? Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. I'm George. I have nothing to plug, so George, go ahead with stuff. Plug your stuff.
Well, I'll plug. Let me make sure I saw the link. Yeah, I'm gonna plug in my written review of the Marvels for the movie nerds. So please check that out if you haven't yet to already. And I will plug my channel. This weekend I plan to do reviews on Ballad of the Songbird and Snakes and both Mockingjay movies in one video. I don't know which one's gonna come first. I don't think it really matters because Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is technically a prequel.
Yes.
And it's in my review for both parts of Mockingjay is kind of gonna be more so about why it should have just been one movie instead of two movies, even though I do like both movies. But yeah, here's my channel. After the Hunger Games, I think I might, with Wonka coming up, I think I might review both the original Willy Wonka and the 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Talk about two different movies. Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna like kind of say go over the original, what worked for that, and the remake and what worked, because the remake's actually not that bad. It's actually decent compared to most remakes.
All right. Thank you, George. Yeah, like I have nothing to plug, but do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, do all that, and take care, guys.
Peace.